Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing today? I hope you're all had a good night. I slept like a rock last night. I feel pretty good. Let me just kill this volume on here real quick. Hold on. All right. So here we are. Feel so much better today. I slept really good. I actually even slept till 7 o'clock this morning, so that was good. I was happy about that. We're getting ready to rock and roll here. We're gonna do a lot of today. We've got a short trip to get to where we got to go, so we're gonna hit some different stuff. I think we're gonna go through Spearfish Canyon or something like that. We're gonna look at that. I was suggested by some friends from New Hampshire of a missile silo thing to check out, so we're gonna try to check that out as well. And looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. But anyway, so let's get into this topic really quickly because I'm just gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do about a 15-minute video here, and then we got to get on the road. So, because it's going to be another like brutally hot one later, so we want to just do things while it's still like right now it's 75. So before it gets up to that 106 today, like they're calling for, we definitely want to get some riding in and check some stuff out. Yeah. Look at the tan line on my arm. I'll go back here so you can see that better. Look how dark, like where my gloves are, and then the rest of my arm. So, got a little bit of sun, yeah. So, anyway, so um, the UK, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or not. The UK's warship, the Queen Elizabeth, just entered into the South China Sea after and I love this, numerous warnings from China not to do it. So that I'm telling you guys, and then we have our warships. I don't know if they're already there, or I knew we were sending more over there. I knew we put more jet fighters over there in that area as well. There was like 22 or 24 jet fighters that we just sent over into that region, which just tells me that we need to be really paying attention to that type of stuff. It would not shock me if after the Olympics were done, that there would be some kind of confrontation. It wouldn't surprise me at all. We need to be really paying attention to that because I'll tell you what, if we end up going to war with China, that is not going to be a pretty thing. The Seventh Fleet is already there. Yep. And now you just had the British warship just got there as well. And obviously, the UK is one of our allies. And so, and actually, China's been threatening not only Taiwan, but they've also been threatening Japan. So, that's none of it's gonna end well if the wrong people make the wrong decisions, and unfortunately, it definitely could lead to war. The Australian government has been having words with China too. I saw that, Mary. Yep, I saw that as well. It's there's as we continue. Let's put it like this: as we continue to have a fight for resources, and there's not enough food realistically to feed everybody, and there's issues with that, you are going to see you're going to see more and more and more wars eventually over resources. And China's got a lot of people to feed, and so a lot of times what ends up happening when it gets down to that point, war is the only answer. And unfortunately, because you have something that I want and I'm going to take it, and that's what they do. And so once again, like I said, my thing is prep, 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 like you never prep before, just because there's so many unknowns that can happen, way too many unknowns that can happen. And that situation over there is all it takes is one spark, and it can set everything off. And unfortunately, and that could be either side that does it. It doesn't necessarily. I don't want you to think that like, oh, China's the bad guy. Okay, China's going to do what China's going to do. They always have, but we're also going to do what we're going to do. That's just the way we are. Being in the United States, so it's definitely not a good situation, and everyone is seeing how weak Biden is as a president. I'm going to tell you what. Once again, like I said, I have a bet with a buddy of mine for $100. I said Biden will not finish his first year. So I don't. I still stand by that. You can tell he has diminished capacity, uh, confused, rambling off on and just unbelievable. Very confused. Can't put sentences together. Rambles, and it's like, if his handlers aren't right there with that earpiece right in his ear, telling him what to say and how to say it, he has no clue. And so that's scary. That is very, very scary. And but lockdown talk in Alabama. My daughter works at urgent care, and they had a meeting yesterday about protocols. I saw that, and this is what I find fascinating. Okay, viruses, usually like flu viruses and stuff like that, when do they happen? They happen in the wintertime. But now, if you genetically modified or altered something, maybe it can thrive in the summertime. You know what I mean? So, but of course, they're gonna give you whatever song and dance they're gonna give you. But I definitely, from day one, I've always said that I believed it came out of the virology lab in Wuhan, China. I think it was genetically modified. If it was released on purpose or by accident, who knows? We'll probably never know those things. But you know, it's out there, and in the beginning when this happened and this stuff was going on in China, they should have shut down the airports around the world immediately, but they didn't. And it was almost, and again, this is my opinion, it was almost like it was done intentionally. Let's let it spread all over the world. Let's let it kill off a whole bunch of people. And that's what they did. They let it go out. And so, then all of a sudden now they're doing, damage control after the case. So yet the media wants us to believe that Biden won 81 million votes. And I want you to think, let's put that in perspective. Obama got more. I think Obama had the most votes of any president ever. And you're going to tell me Biden got more votes than Obama? I absolutely find that ridiculously hard to believe. Ridiculously hard to believe, especially somebody with his track record and stuff like that. So yeah, it's Wolf Girl says, "Yep, I think it's an agenda. Where's the flu? Yeah, the Rona cured it all." And you know what the funny part about that is, and let's be realistic. So there was like, and I love the explanation. I love the explanation. So let's look at that explanation that we were given. So I said, well, what happened to the flu this last year? There was no flu all of a sudden, and every year like 60, 70,000 people die from the flu. Everything was called the coronavirus, right? Well, they were saying that the reason that there was no flu is because everybody was wearing masks. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Again, the particles, let's just be clear on something, okay? Flu particles, coronavirus particles, all that, very, very minuscule. Those masks are not protecting you from getting it, okay? All the mask does is if you are already sick, it helps it so that when you're coughing, that the particles aren't spewing out like they normally would. They're still going through that mask, even though you're coughing, okay? But not to the degree if you didn't have one on. So you being perfectly healthy and having a mask on, it is offering you very little protection. That's the point, okay? But yeah, it's just unbelievable. So, but again, you want to wear a mask, again, do what you got to do. If it makes you feel safe and if it makes you feel like a nice compliant sheep, then go right ahead and wear your mask. You know where I stand on that as well. Early on, and I'll be the first to admit it, I've talked about this many, many times. When this thing first started out, I was wearing a mask. I thought this thing was much more deadly than it was. But then when I found out how non-deadly it is, if you are compromised, if you are hugely overweight or you're obese and you have other underlying health issues, if you are going through cancer treatments and those type of things, again, the regular flu could take you out in those situations as well. But that's exactly when the most vulnerable population is the ones that's going to be most susceptible. An average healthy person, even if you get it, Your chance, like I said, the younger kids, if they get it, their chances of survival are 99.9%. Oh my God, you better run and make sure they get a vaccination. It's insane. It's a my age group, 99.5% chance of surviving if I get it. I'll take my chances, you know. So it's just, I've had some pretty bad flus. I'll be honest with you. In the past, I've had a couple of years where I got the flu, and it was brutal, and it sucked, and it knocked me out for a week, 10 days. And you know what? I want you to remember something else. A virus. What does a virus have to do? A virus has to run its course. Antibiotics are not helping a virus. So just putting that out there because that's the truth. So, you know, whenever you guys have had the flu and they said, "Oh, can I get some antibiotics?" They're like, antibiotics aren't going to touch it. There's nothing you can do. You have to let it run its course. So there you are. But again, but I want to get back on what we're talking about with the whole situation with China. Why do we always get like steered in a certain direction? It happens, and I understand, and people have questions. And um, let's see, I believe in herd immunity. That's what we did as kids with the chicken pox. It's a whole different situation here. Whole different situation. You know, you are going to have the flu every year, no matter what. No matter how much you vaccinate people, the flu is always going to be there every year. And the coronavirus is another form of the flu, except the difference is this one has been manipulated with. All right. It didn't come from bats. It didn't come from something else. This is a virus that they were messing with in a lab. And again, it either got out by accident or on purpose. And so there we are. So, but at the end of the day, it is still a flu virus. So, but anyway, with the situation with China, I definitely want you folks to still pay attention to that situation. That's actually more of a concern. It should be more of a concern than this other stuff, to be honest with you, because that is a situation that could put us in a world of hurt in a hurry. Uh, China has been banging out ships like crazy. I want you guys to think about something here. When was the last time in the United States that we've upgraded our missiles or our silos or any of that type of stuff? Our stuff is getting old. But China and Russia have been working on new missiles, new missile silos, upgrading their stuff, improving their stuff constantly. But we're not. That should be something that should be a concern. Being the biggest kid on the block and being the biggest bully, if you will, on the block, it comes at a cost, and that cost is a lot of military money going into the military. We need to make sure that there's that deterrent for these folks that think that they might want to try something that it's going to cost them dearly. But if our stuff is antiquated and their stuff is up to date, they have an advantage. And if you think that it's going to be rah rah rah, we're going to win no matter what, those days are over. Yeah, Minutemen 3 is 50 years old. Yep, there you go.
Hope you like Chinese food.
Yeah, right. Randy just said, I hope you like Chinese food. Get that rice. Get ready to go. Get schooled up on your Mandarin. But no, I mean, all joking aside, we really definitely, U.S. is a submarine-based deterrence. Well, I know our subs are great, which is awesome, but we definitely need to make sure that, let's put it like this. Right now, if China decided to take Taiwan back, there's really not a lot we can do about it. We can, make a stink or whatever, but are we going to go into an all-out war if China takes back Taiwan? That's going to be the thing that we have to, are we ready to do that? So, Afghan, the places where empires go to die. Yeah, no kidding. Afghanistan. Yeah, it's not a good situation. But and if you guys saw that too, really quickly, that we are doing airstrikes on the Taliban over there because they're taking things over so quickly already before we leave. It's unbelievable. The U.S. will lose face if it lets Taiwan go without a shot. There will be some shooting. It would be tough. It would be definitely millions of Chinese troops and thousands of Chinese ships gathering off the coast of Taiwan. I hadn't heard that, Joanna, or that's Jonathan. I'm sorry. I had not heard that. But like I said, I believe that it's a matter of time that China's going to take it back. And it comes down to what are we going to do about it? And if we do something, then we'll see what happens. If we don't, it'll definitely be an interesting thing to pay attention to. Uh, you know, it's well. There's a good question or a good comment. When China cuts off the meds, we're screwed. Yeah. Again, let's talk about that briefly. We use 65%, I think it's 65% of all the medication in the world, the United States. That's insane. That's insane. So everybody's medicated, everybody's on pills for this, that, or the other thing. And most of those medications come from China. So good luck with all that, right? You look at the manufacturing is all in China. It's not here. We've given it all to China. So so not a good situation, not a good situation at all. But um, in the comments, obviously, once I get off of here, I definitely would like to hear your guys' feedback, on that. And I think it's closer to 90% from China. 90% of the meds, Amanda? No, I'm saying we use 65% of all the medication that is produced in the world. That's what we use. So, cut off our drugs and we are a country of crazed hooligans with guns. Yeah. Well, if they cut off all the medications that people are on, it would definitely be an interesting few weeks that while things got sorted out. And they would eventually get sorted out. So, real quick before I do jump off here, I just want to remind everybody once again that my sale on my website is still going on with a Legacy Freeze Dried Foods. PrepperNurse1.com. You click on store, it will drop down. It will say Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you there in the website. What we have available is there. If you make a purchase when you check out right now, you will save 20%. Automatically, it will come off at checkout. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay. It is now the time to do it. I know I'm not trying to beat on a dead horse, but we are not in an emergency situation at the moment. When we do get into an emergency situation like we did in February and March of last year, you couldn't get freeze-dried food anywhere, any of the companies. Everybody was sold out. So take advantage of this. Take advantage of this sale. Get stocked up. Make sure you're squared away with your stuff. You'll be in much better shape. We got almost 400 people in the chat. We're at 132 on a thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that, please, to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. Again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel for that reason as well. And again, the sale is going to be going on until the 8th of August. So that is the last day of the sale. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Okay. So I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to be doing some riding today. I'm going to try to get some video for you guys that I'll probably upload when I get back home.
Can I say hello?
Yeah, come on over and say hi. So here's Randy. We're ready to rock.
Hey, everybody.
So we're going to have some fun today. And I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, we are all in this together, that we are one race called the human race, and people really do need to take that into consideration. Stop letting them manipulate us over race, religion, and political affiliation, and we're going to be in much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive. Stay away from negative people that want to bring you down, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all. I'll do another stream tonight because, like I said, we're closed today. We're going to do some riding around. So I'll do another stream tonight, and I will see you all later. All right? Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.